Vietnam. Even the name sounds mysterious, right? It's a place that evokes curiosity and wonder. This Southeast Asian treasure, covered in bright green rice fields and topped with pointy mountains, is a country that gets into your heart. The landscapes are like a painting come to life. It's a place where you can almost hear the past whispering in the old temples, where history and culture are deeply rooted in every stone and carving, where busy cities buzz with energy, filled with the sounds of life and movement, and where the people, strong and friendly, show what it means to never give up. Their resilience and warmth are truly inspiring. From the exciting streets of Hanoi to the calm waters of Ha Long Bay, Vietnam is a treat for all your senses. Every corner of this country offers a new experience. The smell of exciting spices fills the air, mixing with the smell of strong coffee and fresh bread. The culinary delights are endless. The bright colors of silk lanterns and blooming lotus flowers make a beautiful picture. It's a visual feast that stays with you. And the sounds of street sellers calling out and motorbikes zipping by create a fun, busy mix. It's a symphony of daily life. Vietnam is a country of opposites. It's where the old meets the new in a harmonious blend. Old traditions mix with modern things. The past and the present coexist beautifully. Country landscapes turn into busy cities. The transition is seamless and fascinating, and through it all the Vietnamese people with their warm smiles and strong spirit welcome you with open arms. This is Vietnam, a place where every visitor feels at home, a land of timeless charm, just waiting for you to explore it. Come and discover the magic for yourself. Vietnam's story is like a colorful blanket made from the threads of ancient empires, times of colonial struggles, and a never-ending fight for freedom. This journey through time has shaped the nation's identity and spirit. People have lived in Vietnam for thousands of years, even as far back as the Stone Age. These early inhabitants left behind artifacts and cave paintings that tell us about their lives. These early people started a rich culture that is still around today. Their traditions and customs have been passed down through generations. Over many years, Vietnam was invaded and occupied many times, and each time changed the country's culture. Each invader left a mark, adding to the cultural mosaic. The Chinese, with their powerful rulers, ruled for over 1,000 years, changing Vietnam's language, buildings, and way of thinking. Their influence is still evident in many aspects of Vietnamese life. Confucianism, which teaches harmony and respect, became a big part of Vietnamese life. It influenced the social structure and educational system. When Europeans arrived in the 1800s, things changed again. They brought new ideas and technologies, but also sought to control the region. The French, wanting the area's resources, took over Vietnam, starting a colonial rule that lasted for many years. This period brought both development and exploitation. You can still see French influence today, from the wide streets of Hanoi to the country's love of coffee and baguettes. These remnants of colonial rule are now part of Vietnam's unique charm. The Nguyen dynasty, the last royal family of Vietnam, was very important in shaping the nation's identity. Coming to power in the early 1800s, the Nguyen emperors wanted to unite the country and make a strong government. They built amazing palaces, temples, and tombs that we can still see today. The Nguyen dynasty left a lasting mark on Vietnam's culture. They made Confucianism the main belief system, focusing on order and good behavior. They also made official laws and created schools which helped unite the country with one language and culture. The Nguyen dynasty had good times and bad. They did many good things for Vietnam, but they also had problems within the country and pressure from other countries, which eventually led to their end in the mid-1900s. The 1900s were a tough time for Vietnam, with many years of war and fighting for freedom. After World War II, the Vietnamese people, led by Ho Chi Minh, fought against French rule, starting the First Indochina War. Vietnam won a big victory at Dien Bien Phu in 1954, making the French leave and giving Vietnam its independence. But the peace didn't last long. Vietnam was split into North and South, and the Cold War between the Soviet Union and the United States caused another war, the Vietnam War. For over 20 years, Vietnam was a battleground and many people died. Finally, in 1975, North Vietnam won, reuniting the country under communist rule. The Vietnam War was a very sad time, but it also showed how strong and determined the Vietnamese people are. Section 5. Amazing Nature, Ha Long Bay, Sun Dung and beyond. Vietnam has amazing natural beauty, from the green waters of Ha Long Bay, where boats gently sail through the emerald waters, creating a serene and picturesque scene. to the tall mountains of Fansipan, which stand majestically and offer breathtaking panoramic views. Ha Long Bay, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is a truly amazing sight, with its unique seascape of limestone pillars and lush greenery. Thousands of limestone islands, shaped by wind and water over thousands of years, stick up from the green water, making a magical view you won't forget. Each island has its own unique shape and story. There's a story that says, a dragon made the islands when it flew down from the sky, its tail carving the peaks and valleys, adding a mythical charm to the landscape. Hidden in Pong Nha, Ki Bang National Park, is Sundung Cave, the biggest cave in the world, a place of awe and wonder. Found not too long ago, Sundung is an underground wonderland of huge spaces, tall stalagmites and rivers. It's a place where nature's artistry is on full display. Exploring this cave is like going to another planet. The vast chambers and unique formations make it a truly otherworldly experience. But Vietnam's beauty isn't just these famous places. The country's diverse landscapes offer endless exploration opportunities. From the rice fields of Sapa, shaped like steps down the hills, creating a stunning patchwork of green, to the beautiful beaches of Phu Quoc, with their clear blue water, perfect for a relaxing getaway, Vietnam has lots of different landscapes to see. Each region offers its own unique beauty and charm, making Vietnam a truly diverse and captivating destination. Section 6. Cultural mix, traditions, woven through generations. Vietnam's culture is as exciting and varied as its nature. The country has over 50 different groups of people, each with its own special customs, traditions, and beliefs. This cultural mix is made up of Confucianism, Buddhism, and Taoism, creating a society that values peace, respect, and family. In the Central Highlands, the Eid people, a smaller group, have a tradition where women are the leaders and things are passed down through the women. This is different from many other places and shows a different way of life. On the calm water of Ha Long Bay, floating villages are home to families who have lived and worked on the water for a long time. These strong communities have learned to live in their special environment, making a living from fishing and tourism. Section 7. Modern Wonders, Architectural Wonders of Vietnam. Vietnam has famous old temples and buildings from colonial times, but it also has many new, amazing buildings. The Golden Bridge, high up in the Bana Hills, is super popular on Instagram. Two giant concrete hands that look really old hold up a shiny golden walkway with amazing views of the mountains. In Moc Chau, the Bac Long Glass Bridge, the longest glass bridge in the world, goes across a green valley. It's a little scary to walk on. These modern buildings show how Vietnam likes new ideas while still remembering its rich culture. Section 8. City Life, Hanoi, and Ho Chi Minh City. Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam, is a city of opposites, where old temples and buildings from colonial times are next to modern skyscrapers. The center of Hanoi is the Old Quarter, a maze of small streets where time seems to stop. Here, you'll find traditional shops, busy markets, and street food sellers. Ho Chi Minh City, used to be called Saigon, is Vietnam's biggest city and where a lot of business happens. It's a busy city, full of things to see, hear, and smell. From the tall skyscrapers to the busy markets of Chinatown, Ho Chi Minh City is always awake. Section 9. Living Traditions, Love, Legends, and the Non-Law. Vietnam's culture is alive in its traditions and festivals. The Hmong people, who live in the northern mountains, have a special way of finding love. During Lunar New Year, young people go to the love market where they sing and give gifts, hoping to find someone special. The Non La hat, a famous Vietnamese hat, isn't just for the sun or rain, it's also an important part of their culture. The Non La shows how strong, smart, and graceful Vietnamese people are. Section 10. A food adventure, from pho to bia hoi. Vietnamese food is a delicious mix of fresh things, good-smelling herbs, and strong flavors. Pho, Vietnam's national dish, is a noodle soup made with beef or chicken, rice noodles, and a tasty broth with star anise, cinnamon, and cloves. Banh mi, a Vietnamese sandwich, mixes French and Vietnamese styles. A crunchy baguette is filled with meat, pickled vegetables, cilantro, and aioli, making a delicious mix of flavors. Bia hoi, Hanoi's fresh beer, is light and brewed every day. People drink it in outdoor beer gardens that pop up on street corners. It's a fun, social thing, where locals and tourists meet and share stories and, of course, beer. Section 11. Vietnam awaits practical tips for the intrepid traveler. Vietnam is not too expensive for travelers, with good prices for hotels, food, and getting around. The best time to visit is spring or fall, when the weather is nice and there aren't too many people. You might need a visa to go to Vietnam. Check the rules before you go to make sure you can get in. Pack light clothes, comfortable shoes, and a raincoat or umbrella, because the weather can change quickly. Section 12 Vietnam, where history, culture, and nature collide. Vietnam is a country you won't forget. It's a place where history, culture, and nature all come together, making a trip that is exciting and interesting. From the busy streets of Hanoi to the peaceful waters of Ha Long Bay, Vietnam has something for everyone. So pack your bags, buy your tickets, and get ready to be amazed by the magic of Vietnam.